Alright, YouTube. These are some Boss Audio speakers I bought for a project I'm going to be working on, and I'm going to build a boombox. And this boombox is going to be the shit. It's going to be, well, it may or may not be solar. It depends on what I can do, what I can do for the price. But I'm going to try to I'm going to sell these things. I'm going to try to retail them at $300. And they're going to be custom, so they could be $100 or they could be $400. But for a decked out one like the one I'm making, it's going to cost like $300 to sell. It'll cost maybe $230 to make, so a $30 profit ain't much. But these things are just fun to make. So these are not the best speakers money can buy. You know, they're from Boss Audio. I mean, I don't know if they're good or not because I don't have a box to put them in, and they're everybody knows how it works with speakers. If you don't have a box, they're going to sound really tinny and shitty. But I mean, I guess for the most part, they sound pretty good without boxes. But I mean, I can guarantee they'll be worth my money once I once I build the box for them. And here's what they come with. They come with these covers. You know that you put them over the top and then you drill them down with a speaker. But I think they look kind of dumb. I mean, by themselves they look cool, but I don't know. I mean, I do want something like this to cover the edges, but I don't want the entire speaker covered. But, you know, whatever. If I have to, I will. And they come with these wires, but they look kind of cheap to me. They're not even soldered, and I don't know if you... Camera focus. Yeah, they're not even really soldered that well, and it's really low gauge wire. So I got an AC power cord, and I just stripped that and crimped some connectors on there. Didn't do a very good job of that, but I crimped some connectors on there. And then what I did is to make this more sturdy is I got the connectors that hook onto those connectors, and I just bent them in half so they'll fit in the back of the amp. And never mind. I was going to say they're in there pretty good, but I guess I'm going to have to find a different solution for that. Because, as you can tell, they're not in there good, so... Let me put that back in. Yeah, okay, sorry about that. So, those don't stay in there as well as I thought they did, but I figured I had to crimp something on these things, so... I wouldn't just be putting bare wires in there, because this has got to be a permanent thing, and I don't want to be carrying around a boombox with bare wires. It's just not a good idea. They break off inside there. So I did those so they don't break off, but I gotta maybe pinch them together tighter so they fit in there better. And I also gotta pinch those on there because they're too big for those. I mean, as you can tell, nothing's really... Oh, actually that one... Oh, yeah, that one is... This one right here isn't being held on by anything, as you can tell. It just slides right off. And it's gonna slide right back in. So that's really loose, so I'm going to need to pinch those together tighter too. But enough of that. Let's do a sound test. Now, I'm going to point out that they do not sound their best because, once again, they are not in a box, so you can probably only hear the tweeters right there. They're two-way speakers, Boss Audio. Very cheap brand. You know, they're good, but they're cheap. And I don't know why, but what they did is they used this phase plug design, and they set the tweeter on top of the thing there, and right there. See, this is what I don't like about phase plugs, because the voice coil, well, unless it's dual voice coil, the voice coil is probably fine, but if any dirt or any shit gets down in there, these drivers will lock up and these speakers will be trash. And from what I see, it's pretty easy for shit to get down in there, because that's, it's like, I don't know, it's like an inch, the voice coils are like an inch, which is, you know, pretty good for speakers of the size. Excuse me. And so there's a wide gap there, and that's kind of they were kind of cheaply done, but as far as I can tell, they sound good without the box. And this is only my LePi LP 2020 A Plus or Plus A, whatever the fuck you call it. And It's a 20 watt, and these are 200 watt max, so probably maybe I don't know, maybe 100 continuous, maybe 50 continuous. They're not high watt speakers, and that seems to power them just fine, but I've got something a little more powerful just in case. And yeah, the new amp I'm getting actually has a radio in it, and it's see, this is just, you plug your iPod into it and it plays your tunes, but that's not what a boombox is in my definition. You know, it's got to have a radio in it, and the amp I'm getting also comes with a controller. And it was pretty cheap. It was like 20 bucks. I mean, it's a cheap Chinese amp like that one. It's Kentiger, not Kinter, Kentiger. And yeah, I've heard some bad reviews about it. I mean, it's got some pretty good ratings on Amazon, but I've heard a couple people rant and rave about them, but as far as I'm aware, there's nothing wrong with them, and everybody who's bought them talks about how great they are. So if there's a static fuzzy noise, I'll just use it for something else, and I'll just put my lapel in there. Or maybe I'll just buy another amp. They're cheap. I mean, they grow on trees on Amazon. So yeah, those are those speakers. And now I need to go to urgent care because I got an ingrown toenail.